I just dropped my phone. Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be talking about how I found out I could sing, which sounds weird. I've had a couple people ask me this, like around where I live. There are also musicians. I've had some people in the comments of like my TikToks and stuff ask, and I thought it'd be kind of interesting to hear my story. I'm going to do a separate video on explaining how you can get gigs as a musician. This video will be primarily about how I started as a singer. So I started pretty late. I was a pretty late starter. So I did GCSE music, I was already doing that, and I've been playing piano and guitar since I was 9 years old. I sang a bit in primary school, did a couple of like the plays. Then year 7 I did a couple choirs and stuff, but you know, every year 7 does choirs in year 7. I was doing GCSE music and I was doing piano as my main instrument. I wasn't great at it, I'm still not great at it. I enjoy it and I use it to write my songs, but I don't do lessons for it anymore. I haven't done lessons for almost 2 years. And guitar I kind of use to just sing along with. I can't even remember how I kind of figured out I could sing. I think I just sing in my room like every kid does. And then I started GCSE music. So we're going back to year 9 because I started my GCSEs in year 9, which is a bit strange. We did a tester day like for what GCSEs you were going to choose. I think we were playing the ukulele, like she just decided to do something fun. Kind of tricked us into thinking that every lesson was going to be fun. It was not. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed playing it. So I think I went home and I was like, can I get a ukulele? My parents said yes. One day I just decided to learn a song, like sing with it while I was playing it. So I'd learnt the song with the ukulele and sang to it, and I just decided to show my mum. I literally did not think anything of it whatsoever, and my mum literally cried. I don't even think it sounded that good, which is weird because she's heard me sing before and she didn't think much of it. I was too nervous to start singing lessons in year 9. So I did guitar lessons, which I hated. I weren't doing what I wanted to do, which was play acoustic guitar. I was playing electric. And then COVID happened. Year 10, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do singing lessons. The first call was online. I was absolutely terrified how it was being so fast. I was like, I'm so nervous to meet this person. Oh my God. Asked me, can you just sing me a song, put a backing track on, sing me a song, so I can kind of see where you're at as a singer and see what your voice sounds like. I think I sang Before You Go by Lewis Capaldi because it's something I'd just been singing for a while, and I think I learned it on piano as well. She was like, oh my God, you're so good. It sounds so cocky to say. It sounds so full of myself, but that's genuinely what happened. And then she asked me to start doing private lessons with her. I had 20 minutes at school, half an hour outside of school. I continued doing those and I sang for the first time in front of my class. I was terrified. There was only like 15 people in the class, but I was absolutely terrified. And this is how my obsession with Adele, I don't know if you can see her, but I have a poster of her right behind me. This is how my obsession with Adele started. I remember during one of my first lessons, she was like, pick 3 Adele songs, we'll talk about them, we'll practice one. Can't remember all of the ones that I picked, but the one I picked in the end was When We Were Young. Now I sing that one all the time, so that's why I sang in front of the class. And if Liam is watching this, which I know you are, he will tell you that some of the people in my class cried. I'm not even being dramatic. Not all of them, I don't even remember, but everyone told me that they did. But I wouldn't face them. I was like, can I face the board while I was doing it? So I faced the board while I was doing it. I turned around and there was people crying. You know, that I guess that started that. I had to do regular performances in front of the class to practice, so then I'd kind of get a bit better every time. And I also, this is kind of when I revealed some of my songs. I've been writing songs since I was about 8 years old, I think. I did a lot when I was younger. You have to do a composition for your GCSE, and at first obviously I was doing piano because I was too scared to sing. And my teacher honestly was like, this is alright, but it's not what you can do. I know you've written some songs, why don't you write a song for it? And at first I was refusing to, because if you've listened to my song on Spotify, by the way, my Spotify songs will be linked down below, it's that one. That is the one I used for it. As you know, if you've listened to it, it's quite a sad song. If you listen to the lyrics, it's not my favourite. I need to re-record it. I really don't like the way I sound in it, but I think the lyrics are good. I was a bit scared to kind of show that, especially since sometimes we practice the compositions in front of the class and I was like, I really don't want anyone to know. So at first I was refusing to do it, but I eventually decided to use the song, wrote the composition, and I got a grade 9 on it, you know. I was listening to your teacher. So that's how that started. I was also doing my grade exams, which if you don't know, you can do like, there's grade 1 to 8, so 8's the hardest. Started with grade 4, then did grade 6, and I've just done my grade 8 and I got a distinction, which is actually the best you can get, and it actually helps you get into uni because you get UCAS tariff points. So then I'd kind of started getting more comfortable singing in front of people. I mean, I'd record songs all the time and send it to my family and friends. I did my GCSE, I got a 7 overall, but individually on my composition and performance I got a grade 9. So it was my theory paper that brought me down because I got grade 5. And I decided to, and this was when my performing in front of people was a lot better. I was a lot more confident about my ability because I doubted it at first. I was like, I don't think I can sing. I decided to do A-level music at a new school because they said we would do a lot of performing, a lot of ensemble. I went there and I didn't like it. It wasn't necessarily the school, but a lot of people I didn't know. I think there was only 5 external students including me, so the rest of them had been in school together for like 5 years. But the music part, the other 2 people in the class were really introverted, and I'm not saying there's any problem with that, but it's kind of hard to do music and be an ensemble when the people you're working with don't want to interact with you, and there was a lot more theory than they'd put on, which I hated. I don't really know how to explain it. So I went back to my old school and decided to do 3 A-levels, nothing to do with music. I was still practicing and stuff, but they were nothing to do with music. But then I dropped an A-level at the beginning of this year. They said you can still do 2 other A-levels, you need to find something else to do though. You need to pick either an AS level or something else you can do for the rest of the year. You can't just do 2 A-levels. And I spoke to someone and they were like, why don't you do the Music Cambridge Technical? And I was like, what? And I had no idea about this. I thought it was either do BTEC music or A-level music. I had no idea that there was another qualification you could do. So I spoke to my music teacher and she was literally so excited. She was like, yeah, of course you can. So at the moment, that is what I'm doing with my 2 other A-levels. So now my UCAS points are going to be over the roof, mixed subjects. And this overall led me to doing my gigs as a musician, and that will be a separate video on how I started getting paid as a singer. So I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in a couple weeks.